Hi everybody, Matt here from Matt Likes Comics. Do you ever feel claustrophobic from your collection? 99 times out of 100 I don't, but the last couple of days I have. So I actually pushed my desk out and moved some of my boxes so I don't feel as claustrophobic. Because honestly, there's nothing better than being surrounded by the stuff you love. But once in a while, it can feel a little overwhelming. Now, having said that, this video today is my response to Allan's top 10 UFO/spaceship books. I pulled some out, and I hope that you like these. I thought they were pretty cool choices. So, I'm hoping also out there that a lot of you guys will join in on this one. Spaceships is one of the easiest ones to do if you're into superheroes or sci-fi, because spaceships, or as the one guy would say, spaceships. So, Lego Movie. If you haven't seen it, please do. So, the first one I'm going to show is Renegade Rabbit 3. There he is in his little spaceship, just as he's leaving the atmosphere, with, you know, a woman outside. I don't know what that's all about. I mean, I do. I read the book. This is not in the book whatsoever. Other than the, at least, well, actually that's not true. She rides it, but just not in space. She rides the airplane like this. But it's still a cool book. Give it a check out. Next up, this one is cool. Batman on a one-man space sled. Justice League of America 170. Not only is this book got a cool cover, this is one of the few instances where Supergirl is with helping the Justice League. So that was the reason I bought this in the first place. But this cover is so cool. Batman on a one-man space sled. You gotta love it. You know me, I'm a big Legions of Superheroes fan, and of course, you know, they are always all over the galaxy, so of course you can't go a Legion book pretty much without seeing a spaceship. What is surprising is how few of the covers actually have spaceships on them. This here is a landed spaceship, which is a slaver ship. And a whole bunch of the Legionnaires are being taken. This is Superboy and the Legion 257, which is the second to last of Superboy and the Legion, because at 259 it becomes just the Legion. But look at this cover. Saturn Girl's in her awesomeness, in her awesome costume. But, you know, it is so hard actually to find a Legion book that has a spaceship on the cover that I decided to go with this. And it's not surprising, because the strength of the Legion, of course, is their characters, not their technology. So I just thought this was a cool book for a spaceship cover. I wanted to get one of the Legion cruiser, but the one I found with the Legion cruiser had the cruiser only about that big on the cover, and I thought that wasn't as good. So that was Legion 257. Now, this feels like cheating just a little bit, but honestly, what is this without spaceships? This is Star Wars 11. Rebels versus the Galactic Empire. This is the Dark Horse last series, but just before they lost the license to Marvel. Look at this. You got on here, you've got the Y-Wing, X-Wing, Rebel Cruiser. You've got Imperial TIE Fighters. So you've got 4 types of ships, and it's a space battle. There is nothing cooler than that. Well, there's lots of things, but for our purposes, there's nothing cooler than this. And what is a Star Wars series or a spaceship series without the Millennium Falcon? This is Star Wars Marvel 23 original series. If you don't have the Falcon, it's not Star Wars. Sorry. He punched it. So, this here, another cool one, another film franchise. This is Alien 4. And it is a cool shot of space with the xenomorph on the side of the ship. As the ship, as you can see, the engine's up in front, is getting ready to go into space. And this is really cool because A, it's a xenomorph. We all know how cool xenomorphs are. But 2, it has a spaceship shot. And if the cover was bigger, we could get more of the ship on the cover. But seriously, is that not cool? The next couple are older books. This is Adventures into the Unknown 174, which has a traditional flying saucer cover. I pulled this one because it's older, it's a different company, and face it, that saucer's looking pretty gnarly. There's apparently the other thing I find hilarious, apparently a completely round craft needs some sort of tail. I would think that it doesn't do much atmospheric flying, but I digress. Next up, this was the best one I could find of a certain famous rocket. This is issue 170 of Superman. And it's like if Luthor was Superman's father, it's an imaginary tale, but it has the cool rocket that Kal-El was sent to from Krypton. And I think it's awesome. This was the best cover. I had 3 covers to choose from for this rocket. This was the best one of the bunch. The last 2 will be quite familiar to fans of certain space franchises. I, of course, am referring to the USS Enterprise, with Captain Kirk, and by the way, this is Star Trek 7 by DC, and the Enterprise under Captain Picard with Star Trek The Next Generation number 40. And in this one, the saucer section is detaching from the other one, which is always a cool effect. I love when they all go to the battle bridge, as they call it, when the saucer section moves off to its own. The fact that they can turn one vessel into 2 is actually kind of cool. And that's one of the reasons why. I mean, obviously technological changes, I mean, they're like 80 years apart. But still, it's just cool that there's so much that this Enterprise has over the other Enterprise. So, these are my 10 UFO/spaceship covers. Please like, comment, and subscribe below. Specifically, comment on any ships you like, any ships you would like to see, any ships you have. You know, I'd like to know. Feel free to make a video for this. I love watching top 10 videos, especially when it's as cool of a topic as UFO spaceships. If you do so, make sure to tag the comic collector geek, Allan, and it'd be cool if you tagged me too, because I like to see these things a lot. Usually Saturday afternoon, I get time to watch a few YouTube videos, and at that point, I type in Friday Comic Challenge, and I get a few of these videos, and that's when I sit down and watch them. They're real fun. Anyway, Thanks again for taking the time to join me for today. I really appreciate it. Please like, comment, subscribe below, as I said earlier. Thank you very much. Because my name's Matt, and I like comics, and I hope you do too. Bye, everybody.